What's up, everybody? Back again with a little bit of more information and trash for Madden 17. Don't want to confuse you guys. But the biggest thing that I have noticed from the videos that I'm seeing from the big name guys that I'm watching, that was a nasty user pick. I love how he attacked me and didn't see me. I don't know why he didn't see me. But the number one thing that we wanted to talk about was defense. Now, here's the thing that people are more worried about than ever. Trail, our nano blitz is going to still be a problem in Madden 17. We don't know, but I'm going to give you a heads up on how the new mechanics work for gap assignment. What happens is if you send a screamer, all of the linemen are assigned to a gap. Every lineman has a certain gap. So what I'm seeing from this gameplay is that if you send a screamer through one gap, they're going to protect that gap. So all of the gaps, all of the inside gaps, all of the quick nanos, all of the screamers will be able to be guarded against. And if a guy isn't guarding that screamer, 9 times out of 10, he will come from the left side of the field to the right side of the field to pick up the free blitzer. Now, what you're going to like to know is that stock blitzes are actually assigned to force a person into like a certain type of blitzing scheme or a blocking scheme. You have to come out and you have to compensate for an overloaded side. If you see like the buck slant or the weak silver or like, fireman, if you're not guarding against it, if you see someone creep up to the line of scrimmage, I suggest you block a tight end or block a running back. This year that will be key. He dotted me up right there. I don't know how I let that happen, but I think I returned the favor here. But there'll be more blocking, more you have to do. Pay attention to the line of scrimmage. Pay attention to who's stacked up on you. Pay attention to who's coming. There may be more coverages this year. People may be afraid to block, but the defense looks as if it's going to be a tad bit overpowered. But man defense, if you don't know, I'm going to explain to you now. Man defense will have not one, not two, but 3 battles. The battle at the line of scrimmage for man defense, which will be the lineman against the O-line against the D-line. Now, after that, if you play a man defense, the killer part is you have 2 interactions that will determine if you get open. First, if you can beat the press. If you beat the press with a faster player than the cornerback that's defending you, yes, you'll burn him downfield for a fly. Next, after you get off the press, you can actually your route running will matter. So let's say you have a slant coming with Richard Sherman against Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant basically beats the press of Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman has enough agility to catch back up to him once he beats the press. Now, the 2 interactions that I want you to look at is press and route running. So if a person can press you and you beat the press, you're good. But after you beat the press, you actually have to have route running to beat him on a slant route. But the corners can actually recover from being beat off the press. So you can recover from being beat off the press, but you may get beat on the route and vice versa, which means you may get beat on press, but when he makes the cut on a slant, your cornerback may have enough agility to recover. Now, as we look in more in depth as for Trail, how could the gap blitzes be effective? Well, what's basically going to happen is a D tackle and a DN are going to create a void. They're going to basically come in on an angle that opens up the offensive line for a delayed blitzer or a blitzer to come through that line. Now, let's say you were to do 4 verticals. Now, if the DN, the D tackle, and the linebacker have an assignment to open up a gap for the linebacker, if you do 4 verticals and you don't block somebody, you're going to get sacked and you're going to see that guy coming. It's going to seem like it's in slow motion, but that's to make you hurry to throw or read it quick. Now with the zone assignments, the problem is the zones basically play what you tell them to play. Mid, low, mid, weak, whatever, how it goes. So if this guy can get pressure on you and he's in a hard flat and you try to throw a quick slant, that hard flat will jump the quick slant. Look at that lurk though. He kept doing that for some reason. But the zones are going to play very aggressive, so you guys have to be able to compensate for this. I suggest you start getting ready to actually send blitzes and learn how to use her. The user play next year is on point. You can cut, you can move, you can shake, you can move all around the field 360, turn a backflip. So you guys, what I ask you to do now, practice on your user skill. practice on using before Madden 17 comes out. Catch you guys later with more information.